Hey guys, Long Haul Larry, and I was going to show you pictures of stuff, but I decided I'd make another video. So I'm on the final corner, and you can see it all right over here, and I have it all formed up and everything. So it's going to actually go down in there, and I got rebar all down inside there and stuff, and got it all formed around, so it's actually going to be up on the side of the door. So it's going to make a frame for the door and everything. It's going to be underneath there, come up to walls and all this stuff. And then I'm actually going to be pouring. There is a bunch of concrete right here. There's a big concrete slab that sits over in this whole corner, and I cannot get through it. So I'm just going to build off of it on this corner. And I've got a tube over there. I'm going to fill with concrete on the corner, and then I have that all blocked out. So as I pour this, it's going to fill all the way up to that tube and go up to the wall. So got the concrete mixer all set up. And I got Muscle Boy here, and he's going to lift the bags up there and put them in there, because this is the last time I did a lot of these myself. And I about ended up in the emergency room or something. I'm just joking, but I was hurting. So I got 20 bags of concrete. Should be pretty close, and we'll see what happens. All right. The form's held. It's all poured and everything. And it's all leveled off on the top and stuff. And it took about, I want to say, because I bought 20 bags and I had about 6 or 7 here, and I got 1.5 left. So probably took about 25, 26 bags, somewhere in there. But now it's just letting it sit for a couple days, letting these forms just sit on here. And a couple things started to go a little wrong, but got it worked out. A couple of the forms started moving and stuff. This board right here actually started cracking. It started just cracking all the way down. It was just starting to go out, and so I put a strapper on that to hold that together and everything. And I'm not sure if the concrete is completely full underneath there. I'm a little unsure. It was oozing out around it on both sides. I'm not sure if it's in the center, because I thought it would ooze out this crack right down there, but it didn't. So I'm not sure it made it all. We'll see what it looks like when we get done. I might have to just add a little concrete in there and just plate it out, But yeah, it's good. And it goes all the way over to the corner over there. And then I got that post there that I set in there, and that's all filled up to it. And the concrete was oozing out the other side of there, so that should be filled pretty decent. I'm not sure it's filled all the way up to the top. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens when I pull it off. Well, guys, it has been 2 days on this concrete, and I just pulled the forms off. It's actually pretty green yet, but it's hard and it'll hold. But you can see what I've planned here. See, there's going to be a small little chunk of green treated 2x4 there on that side of the door. Then I'll put a screw into the concrete, and then there'll be a 2x4 that goes there and over to the corner. And that's what the walls will sit on the concrete, and then I'll put concrete screws down into the concrete and nail all the wall boards onto it. Now, see, you can see what I was doing with the door here. This door has never, ever been level. It's really crazy, because if you open a door, it just swung open really fast, because this wall was leaned out so far. The bottom was kicked out so far that the door, if you let go of the latch, it just, whoop, it swung wide open. So I have the sides of the doors actually level. You can see how the plywood is over the edge on the bottom, and then that one is over that way. I have these 2x4s actually level. I've measured the door, and I have it so it'll fit real nice in there. And then I wanted a concrete base on the bottom of the door. The main reason why is because snow gets out there. See, I'm going to pour a little landing out here, a little walk around to come into this door. So in the winter time, I'm actually able to snow blow it and keep it nice and clean. Because it was always just dirt. I don't know what that is. I'm thinking a muzzle loader or something. It keeps going off. It's pretty big. It sounds like a cannon. So now I just got to put all the 2x4s in, piece all the treated plywood on the bottom there to fill all the parts that I cut, and anchor everything down, and then I can put the walls in. I did get this all done yesterday and got the plywood all up. It's helped come. I cannot lift these treated plywood. I cannot lift these things. They're way too heavy, and I actually am going to be short. I only have one piece left. I do have some cutoffs and stuff, and I think I'm going to have enough to piece on the bottom and then one piece And I think that one piece is going to be really close to finishing this wall, to putting it on the bottom here. But it's going to be close. I actually had it all counted out, and I had a couple sheets, and I had a pile sitting over there in the corner. I piled a pile there, and I piled a pile in the back. And somebody stole 2 sheets. I had 3 sheets sitting there, and I left and went home. And when I came back the next morning, I came out and there was only 1 sheet, and I was like, what? And I went over there and there was only 1 sheet, and I'm like, I know the night before I looked at it and there was 3 sheets. So somebody stole 2 sheets from me, and that's gonna make me short. But I think it's gonna be really close, and I know on the back wall I'm gonna have to get some sheets. I gotta make a trip. My steel has come in for the siding and my screws, and those have come in. I've got notified from Menards, so I'm gonna have to make a run. I'm just trying to get as much done as I can, so I need to then I will have a accurate list of exactly what I need to finish this. So this is the side of the garage. I'm not sure if I showed this already or not, but that's all been, those piers have been all concreted in, it's all been filled in and everything, and this has all been treated plywood on the bottom. It has tar paper underneath it, and then it has the treated plywood put over the top of it, and then the OSB, and it's got tar paper on it. It's going to help seal it. And then I am also going to be going over it with tar paper on the outside on the bottom 3 feet. Then 3 feet of rain and ice. That's going to go up, and it's going to go up onto the OSB in case snow piles up on it. Tries to leak into the vinyl siding or something. Has protection against it. And then the top of it's going to have a tie back wrap. I've started to do that already too. But the back here, this has all been sheeted. It's all been done. It's going to have to be facial and all that stuff, but this has all been treated and everything else. I have left these windows in, these old wood windows in the garage. Just going to scrape all the old paint off and seal them all up and then repaint them. They do not open, and I do not want them to open. I don't know if you can see it or not with the camera. There's actually metal bars across it. And I do have some blinds that I put down when I leave here. Because a lot of times, you know, you got playthings, you know, side-by-sides and snowmobiles and tools and all that stuff inside. This keeps it so if somebody can't break in. It's a pretty smaller window, and if somebody breaks the window, try to get in, you got to get through that metal. That's going to be a lot of racket to get in there. There was big windows, real big windows on the sides over here, and I never liked that. And I always had them covered up with some OSB and screws and everything, because they were just too big and it was too easy for somebody to break in. And you figure, you know, you maybe have a couple snowmobiles in there. I mean, snowmobiles are 10, 12,000, 13, 14, 15,000. My brother stores his up here, and his are like $15,000. I mean, there's like $30,000 worth of snowmobiles inside this garage. So I wanted to make sure that nobody could break them in. And that's why I boarded this all up. I not want these windows. I thought about putting a couple smaller windows in here, but really, guys, I just don't need it. And it's in the summertime, it's fine. And in the wintertime, it's good not to have the windows for the heat. But it's nice to have a little light in there, so you can pull these blinds up and get a little light in there. I actually pulled the windows out. They're sitting over on the other side of the shed over there, the big old wooden glass pane. But this has all been sealed up. This has all been done and everything. I got to get back here with the tractor and fill all this hole in and everything and grate the lawn. But I have this all formed out. I just put a grade treated post on the bottom. And I put it up off the ground to let the ground heave. I'm just going to kind of loosely put dirt up against it, but I didn't want it to be sitting on the ground. And they have big, huge 8-inch long lag bolts going into them. And then I have it all framed up and everything. And this is going to get the green treated plywood on the bottom and the OSB on the top. And then right here, I'm going to build a door. And it'll be the same way. And I'm going to do the same thing with the steel going all the way around the whole door and the siding and everything. You really won't be seeing that it's a door until you go up to it. And I'm probably going to make a handle. It's like a little twist handle or something with some kind of deal in the inside that'll just slide over the top of this and hold the door and everything. And I'm not going to lock it. But then in the inside here, I'll put hooks all in there and stuff. And that's where I can hang shovels and just yard stuff and everything. You know, it's just a storage place. It's a good place for have it. I got everything all situated. And I've actually started on putting the green treated or the tar paper. I guess I left my fan. I have a cross that I painted on the side of here. It's but just it's a Christian thing, just doing it, and decided to put a cross on there. But figured it would be with the house. But I started putting tar paper on here, and then above that is going to go the rain and ice, and Tarvac, you know, Tyvac or whatever it's called. Wrap is going to go around the rest of it for the OSB to save that and everything. So just trying to get as much done as I possibly can before I head over to Marquette to get the steel. And I think putting steel on here is going to go really fast, and probably just a couple days. Most major time of it is going to be putting the J trim all around the windows and everything, and getting that all set up and stuff. But otherwise, it's going to be going pretty fast. And so I got this all done too. I got to trim that door so that this edging here is actually even with the OSB and the plywood. And then that way the trim right there, I got to scrape it all and just put it back on there. And that'll go around the door and everything and seal that up and stuff. So yeah, really moving forward on the house. Really happy with it. I want to get this going. I have somebody, a friend that said that they really wanted to help, but they don't really have construction knowledge and stuff. And I said, ooh, I need a lot of things painted. I said, definitely I can paint. So they, I'm trying to get it all up to that part and everything, so they can get all the facial on and everything. You can see I got a lot of it on. Missing a piece there. Just odds and ends I got to do here. I got to get this piece of facial on. And then they're going to paint the deck and everything, all the railing and all this stuff. So just trying to get what I can get done. It's been a lot of work for this house, guys. It really has. But it's going to be worth it. It's going to be really nice, actually, when I get done with it. Well, enough talking. I need to get back to working. Well, guys, there we go. I got a lot done here today. This door, it will stay. The wind is blowing through it, but it will stay there. This was kind of crazy. I showed this to my daughters, and they were like, "Oh, so the ghost doesn't open the door?" The thing is that when it's just the wind blowing it. But the thing is that the wall was so crooked, the bottom was kicked out so bad that when you touch this door and you opened it, it just went, I mean, really fast. It would go like that because it was leaning so bad. Now it's all square and everything. Shuts perfect. Got all that down there. Hopefully it's not too dark. All mounted on there. She is anchored in really good. Got everything all lined up. Don't have to worry about things heaving anymore and having to move all this stuff. I got my ground wire put down in there. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but there's about a 7-foot copper, I don't know what you call it, a pipe or something like that. It's a rod that goes about 7 feet down there, and that took a lot to pound it down in there to get that whole thing down in there. And it's all down there, and then that's grounded off to electrical box, so in case there's electrical surge, it will ground into the ground. Got everything all anchored on. I do not have this part sheeted with the final sheeting yet. I am out of treated plywood, so I got to get another piece of treated plywood to finish that. But this outside is done. It is all done and everything. It is really nice. It's all sheeted. And I also got the window all caulked up and everything else. I got the caulking all around there and everything. So I'm going to let that cure, and then tomorrow I'll probably pull that window back out, caulk around the inside of it, and then paint it on the inside before I put it back in. I'm also going to put a bead of caulk on the bottom here. These things here open and the whole window comes out, but I'm going to actually caulk it shut. I don't ever plan on opening it, and I don't see the reason why I need to have water seeping into it. So I'm just going to put a bead of caulk along the bottom of it to seal it up good. But this is really nice. I'm sorry it's dark. It's getting darker early and early, but I mean, boom. That is just so nice. And I have this is the old door, this original door. The only part was broken right there, but I think that when I put the trim around it, that's going to cover that up. But I actually have it anchored. The bottom is actually anchored into the concrete. And so when you step on the threshold and everything, it's not going to move or nothing like that. And then when I pour the landing out here with the concrete, I'll have it about 2 inches below the bottom of the kick door here. And it'll be about 2 inches below. Yes, there'll be a little bit of step up into it, but the thing is there's a lot of snow that piles up in this corner. And So when you go to shovel it, you know, it'd be nice to have that. You can shovel it, and if it gets a little snow on it, it's not going to be above the door and then melt into the door and then freeze the door and stuff, because that was always a big problem, and I'd have to chisel it out and everything. So yeah, this is really good. I will repaint the door. There's nothing wrong with it. It's nice and solid and everything. And it's so nice having a solid wall here. This wall has always been so flimsy, guys. But it's really nice having a solid wall here and everything. And I'll paint it and everything. And then, like I said, you guys that help patronize this remodel of this house, I'm going to put all you guys' names on here. It's not going to be your full names or nothing, so don't freak out about it. It's just going to be a first name and probably maybe a last initial or something like that. If whatever was on there, I'll just put on there. And I'm going to list everybody's names on there. That way you're permanently going to be part of this fairy house, the Yooper house, whatever you want to call it. But I'm really happy with what I got done here today. And the only thing is I need to get a treated 2x4 to run alongside this door here. There is a big gap here, and so I need to have this. I need to close this off and get the square, and then I'll get a piece of treated plywood and put the piece on the bottom there, and then put the OSB up here, and then continue with the OSB on the top here. I should be able to get all that done tomorrow maybe. And I'm also going to replace the light that's up there in the top. It's just a light bulb burnt out, but it's controlled by a switch in there. And I actually have a motion detector light that I'm going to mount up there. And that way if you pull in, light comes on. And I'm going to do some kind of trim box up there and stuff to mount that and everything. And then I got to move this big electrical wire that comes from the pole. I got to move it to up underneath the eave there. I'm going to mount it on there because all that trim is going. And it's going to be all deciding. No more wood trim to paint. So yeah, really happy with all this. So here's another day. So tomorrow I'm going to try to finish up this stuff. And then I got to start working on capping. I'm hoping that I'm going to get some nice days here. Wednesday they're talking rain, and I can get up on the roof and finish the roof capping, and then mount my SpaceX or whatever you call this. I can't remember what it's called. It's the Elon Musk internet. So I have up here. It works awesome. I got to mount the antenna back up where it goes, and also I have a cell phone booster that I have that I mount up there too. And get those antennas and the cables and everything, the strength and everything, so they don't flop around and move, because then that interrupts if the wind moves them all around, then that interrupts the antenna or the internet. So you get them all nice and straight with cables going down and everything, so it can't blow around. And I'll do that maybe tomorrow. We'll see what happens, what tomorrow lies. And I really got to clean my garage big time. It's really a mess. I got to get a handle on this. So I'm going to let you guys go. I hope everybody out there is having themselves a great day, great night as they watch this here video. I am sorry that it's dark. It is late at night, and I'm trying to do a day thing. See what I can do with that. But if you're not having a good day, you can always try that over again tomorrow. I will catch you guys later. Bye.